Hey there YouTubers, Vader here. Doing a little video on my way home from work. It's Friday. It's the weekend. I actually got to work tomorrow. I don't work on Saturdays normally, but I'm going to work tomorrow. Easy overtime. Anyways, I got a question. Product I've been looking at. How's it going, D? It's my buddy. He's works for another department. Got a question. I got a product I've been looking at, and I need some input from out there. The electronic tire pressure monitors, the air pressure monitors for tires on bikes. There's a plethora of different types out there. The one I'm looking at's got like they screw on the air cap where the air cap goes, and they have a little watch battery in them, and they send a signal to a little remote that receives them and gives you a little diagram of a bike and all that neat stuff. I can't remember the manufacturer off the top of my head. But anyways, kind of looking at something like that. They're expensive. There's a few flavors of them again, like I said. But it's something I'm kind of looking at. I manage my air pressure big time myself anyways, but it's something I wanted to add if they're worth it. I wanted to add that feature to give me just one up on it, if you will. From what I read, they only work when the wheels are running. You're rotating supposedly, and all that. I don't know if that's all true, but if anybody knows anything about them kind of things or has had any experience with them, let me know. Post a comment. Whatever, I know there's a few of you out there that are pretty savvy in some of the technology stuff on bikes and such. GL Boca, I think, they got them for the Gold Wing big time, but my bike weighs over 500 pounds, and I think you had to have something that weighs a decent weight too. I think that was one of the factors, but I don't know that for sure. So just kind of trying to do a little bit of a research on that and seeing whether it's really worth the money, if you will. Clouding up here. Got rain coming. Still west of us, about another hour away probably, but it's coming. And it's supposed to get chilly. Oh, Michigan. When the summer turns off, it turns off. Boy, it knows how to do that. I mean, hopefully we'll have some decent weather temperature days, but the real warm stuff's history for another 6 months. Oh well, even more than that actually, like 8 months. But haven't done a vlog after I did the CVT thing. Actually, I got a contact from a guy that lives right there down the road from me, basically, in a nutshell, about 10 miles away, something like that. And he has a 2005 Majesty, and he happened to see my video on the CVT, so he sent me a PM and asked if I was interested in doing his. I told him, I said, I don't, normally do anybody else's stuff. I said, he said, well, you know, and he offered to pay, and I said, you know, plus taking pay for it. I said, that's not what I do for a living. This is more of a kind of a hobby thing, if you will, or just wanting to maintain my own stuff for peace of mind. And I explained to him that there are certain things that I won't try to do, but for the most of it, I'll give it my go. But I said what I would do is, if he's interested, is, you know, he buys his parts. He's seen on the video what I bought. He buys the parts. He'll have to buy a belt, 'cause he said he's like over 13,000 miles. So I think you know, if he hasn't replaced that belt, he needs a new belt. So, you know, I added that to his list. But I said, you're more than welcome to come over, bring it over. We'll put it on the lift, and we'll do it. You know, we can do it together if you want, and I'll help him. That way he can see what's being done. He sounds like he's got some mechanical aptitude, but doesn't have the, you know, probably don't have the facilities or whatever. So I told him, I said, yeah, I might do it that way. I said, I'm not going to charge you anything, because, you know, I just kind of having fun. It's interesting to me, number one. Number two, I've learned things by doing this stuff, and helping a fellow biker, you know. Not interested in the pay. I don't care about that crap. But so I don't know. I gave him the list, and wait and see if I hear from him. He gave me his phone number, and seemed like a pretty cool dude. And he's done some traveling on his bike. He wants to go over the East Coast, he said, after he's done with it. The only thing I did tell him too, was the add-on to that, was the parts didn't include the clutch assembly stuff. I told him, I said, what we can do is we'll interrogate, you know, when we take it apart, we'll inspect how the clutch pads look. You know, being a 2005 with 13,000 miles on it, they may be fine, but I don't know that for sure. And I said, we can take a look at it, and what we'll do is, you know, if we find they need to be replaced, well, we can put it all back together after we're doing the variator side and replacing the belt, and you can come back over after he orders the clutch stuff, and we'll do the clutch real quick. I mean, it's not that big a deal. So we'll see what he wants to do. If I can help a fellow biker out, that's you know, my real point of this, is to, you know, help a fellow biker out, you know. I mean, and plus having fun doing it, you know, with camaraderie, and I just like doing that kind of stuff, you know. So but anyways, and I told him also, maybe I gave him our the Yahoo group site that we go to, there's a couple buddies of mine, Craig, the Linaway Trekker, and Mike, that we frequent on that site. Kind of somewhat of a correspondence, trying to basically throw the you know, the carrot out there for other people to join in, you know, join in and chime in and join in the rides. But we don't seem to get a lot of response with that, so just the way it is. But I gave him that site, and said, you know, we get together and do some rides, just random stuff, and said, you got to hook up with us, you know, trying to add to the group. You know, all these people buy these things. That's one of my beefs. You know, people buy these things and they don't ride them. It's like, when you got it, what are you doing? Just holding down the floor with the side stand? I mean, that's crazy to me. You know, you can buy the damn thing, ride it, for Christ's sake. But they, a lot of them just don't seem to do it. Or if they ride, they commute to the grocery store, or they commute to maybe where I can work for it to work. But Jesus, you know, they're out to the ride. There's some cool stuff to do, and so we keep trying to grow that group. And it's, man, what a chore. I never thought that would be a hard thing to do, get people to, and I understand money, you know, might be tight with some people too, may not be able to afford to do things like that. I understand all that, but you didn't buy the thing, I don't think, most of the time. You know, people don't buy them just to stare at. I mean, you bought it for a purpose. It's a recreation thing. If it does get you back and forth to work and to the grocery store on the cheap, that's a plus. But, you know, most of the time, get out there and ride with us, for Christ's sake. We'd like to have riders join us, you know. What the hell's going on here? Are you serious? Traffic's backed up that bad? Why would traffic be backed up this bad here? It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. That just amazes me. People pay attention and drive, it wouldn't be backed up. That's just retarded. Now I'll get up here and there'll be no damn reason. Somebody probably falling asleep sitting there at the light. Like, you know? I mean, what the hell? It's just a freaking stupid intersection. Your butts, people. Ranting about traffic. Friday traffic, gotta love it anyways, but I try to avoid most of it, so that's why I don't go the certain directions, certain areas, because I try to avoid it. But there's no reason for this light to have this kind of traffic. But anywho, it's so yeah, it was kind of cool. A random situation, getting hooked up with that guy and stuff like that. And he liked my videos on the CVT project and stuff like that, and which I thought was kind of neat, you know. You know, not bragging on the videos, that's for damn sure. They're mainly for, you know, helping anybody that can use it, you know, that needs to know that information or wants to know, and me so I can remember how in the hell I did it, you know. The older you get, the shorter your memory gets, so I don't want to go, uh-oh, what was the part of that now that I forgot? So anyways, that was kind of cool, catching up to him. See, no reason for that traffic backup. None of damn all. I don't get it. Only in Pontiac. But, so anyways, that's enough of the shouting about. Mainly it was about the question about the tire air pressure monitoring systems. And again, I'd appreciate if anybody can chime in and if they got any experience with them or know of anybody that does. If they're pieces of crap, you know, etc., etc. I can't seem to find any information on them in regards to people using them, you know, the bads and the pros and the cons. So it'd be kind of nice to get some real-time user response, you know, really how they work, you know, not all these demo videos. But so anyways, I'm on my way home from work and trying to beat the rain, and appreciate anybody watching that watches, and this is Vader out.